Good evening, good evening, each and every one who will hear my voice at this moment. Good evening, my powerful MVP family, especially the women I'm speaking, all women who will hear me at this moment. Because I have a question for us. I have a burning question to ask us. Why? Why? Why is it that when men cheat on us as women, we go out there and we find innocent people who probably didn't even know your man was married or know your man was in a relationship. But we hunt down those people and we torment their lives. But the man who disrespected us, we still lay up in bed with them. We still support them. We never look at them, punch them in the eye, or hit them where it hurts hard so they would think twice. We always go after the innocent people. We are so angry. Why are we so angry? We go after school children because our nasty men, grown men, who becomes attracted to these little kids, will go out there and cheat because the little kids will be satisfied with a lunch, a box lunch, or a piece of Kentucky Fried Chicken lunch. But we go out there and we belittle ourselves. Nurse in a nice uniform, professional, embarrassed because she thinks that it's okay to go after the little girl instead of dealing with her man. Why is it we keep the man in the house, we keep them in our beds, we keep them, but we don't, we go out there and we hate these people who really, really, 9 out of 10 times are innocent. Look at the situation with Paulwell's baby mother. Look at the beautiful little girl that lost her life for no reason. She didn't even start living. She didn't even start living. But the rage of a woman who thinks her man went and cheated and produced a child out there thought that it was best that she flies down to Jamaica, leave her good job here in America, flies down to Jamaica, pay people to go there and have this woman and her child killed. Now she's in jail. And where's the man that she killed for? He's outside, free as a bird in the tree. What's wrong with us? Why aren't we sitting and thinking logically? Why aren't we putting things in place and think before we act? Why aren't we building our self-esteem and understand that there are times in relationships when we just don't cut it anymore? We don't feel needs anymore. And therefore, our companionship is not needed. Why can't we let it go? Why? Because the man has, oh, he has assets. Are you not letting it go? Nobody coming in to get any? What is it? Don't we understand that we need to think better of ourselves? That we should get to that point when if somebody's so disrespectful to us, because the biggest disrespect, I think, is not about calling you the B word. It's not those things. It is the stepping out to have these little trysts or whatever they call it, leaving kids outside when you are there and you're capable and you have everything that they're looking for. So what is it about you? Why do they have to go out there? I always say this, and I'll say it again to us as wives, as Whatever, whoever, what kind of relationships are in, communication is a good thing. When we can talk and when we can say, I don't like this, I really would have preferred that. When we can have open communication, a lot of us are afraid to speak. We're afraid to express our feelings. We're afraid to speak about hurt. We're afraid to ask questions. We're afraid. We're just afraid. But if you're in a relationship, it's a relationship. We need to be able to speak. Speak openly. You can't sit and hide like you're in the dark ages anymore. Open your mouth and speak. Find the right times to speak. Get the voice that will not be harsh, but find that voice that when you speak, even if they're strong words, but they're understood and they're not offensive. Because a lot of times, if we're having conversations, then guess what? We're going to know where people's hearts are. We're going to know that we're not fulfilling things, needs, whatever it is, we're not fulfilling them. And we need to figure out how we can change things. We can sit home and feel like, oh, me not talk to the dirty boy, me not do this, me not do that, me not this, me not that. As long as him pay the bill and as long as him. If that is your attitude, yes, they are going to walk. Because we need to have that common respect for one another. So if all you need is the bills to be paid, then that's why a lot of us are running out there, contracting people to kill people, going to break big fight on people, because all we want is the money to pay the bills. It's not going to work. You're not going to have it both ways. We cannot have our cake and eat it too, guys. My heart aches for this little innocent girl who got caught up in the midst of this. We have to understand that we cannot keep going around hurting innocent people while the people who commit the sin against you walks away scot-free, living the life. If somebody doesn't want you, just let it be and you go about your business. You don't beg people to be with you. You don't fight people to stay in a relationship with you. You can't do that because if the if the chemistry is not there, it's just not going to work. So a lot of you who's searching and you're searching and you're making phone calls and you're putting people and you're threatening people and you're sending people to go beat up people and you're doing all these kind of things. It's not going to work if people don't love you. It's not going to work. You have kids and you hold the kids over their heads like, oh, this, that, I'm not going to see. And you don't understand that it's better for you to allow them to go and you have a good friendship. A friendship means you can talk to each other. You can share anything and everything with each other. You just know that that love, that thing, that other thing is not there. And it's okay, my people. It's okay. Peace of mind is the best mind. Stress is never good. Being afraid to go home is never good. So please, for God's sake, stop. Stop putting yourselves in these situations. Stop it. If something is not right, have conversations. If they go out there and they get a kid and you have conversations and you think that truly it was whatever you wanted to help the child, then help the child. You never know. If you're a praying person, you always say, well, you know what? God knows best. We never know the reason why things happen. We don't know because we don't have crystal balls. We cannot see. But if we learn to humble ourselves, and if we learn to just ask God to lead, I'm telling you this, that He will make it possible for you to be able to accommodate even that child that was that they went out there and out of the marriage and God. Just pray to God and ask Him for guidance, people. Stop taking up things on your heads and think you can do it all. You know, I am looking at this story and I'm watching the story from it happened. And all the people are running with this and that and they're saying this. And they said the man did it and all of this. And people say all kind of things. They say all kind of things. And I heard one where the mother said she spoke to the daughter and this and that, and some things that you hear and you say, how does that make sense? She didn't know this, she didn't know that, but this and that and whatnot. And then, but all along, Jamaica is so filled with cameras all over because of the scamming and the criminal, the killings and the robbings and all of that. They're so filled with these cameras. So you got to know Big Brother is watching. You left your good place. And that's why some people, God look at the inside, Him don't look at the outward appearance. Because some of we look so good on the outside, but we're worse than Satan on the inside. We're ugly inside. Sometimes some of you look at people and oh my God, it looks so, oh my God, no, I couldn't. And sometimes maybe you should. Maybe you should pick up that ugly fat woman because she's going to love you. She's going to take care of you. And she's going to make sure that everything will be all right. But some of you pick and pick until you pick nothing because that's the evil that's lying within them. All they're looking for is what I can get. Nobody not going to come in and come take. Me have to get for me share. My daughter have to get everything. Now look at this. Your daughter is without a mother. The man is out here walking free. What do you think you're going to get now? Not a darn thing more than going to stuff her in jail. Eh? You're coming out of jail, you're hiding your face, you cover up with 2 masks, you're hiding now. Shouldn't hide. You were brave enough to go get hire people to go kill. You were brave enough to pick up the lady in your Jeep and with the little child and even with the little kid, you never had a heart. So no, me can't do this. You hand her over, you hand them over. And I can imagine the poor girl, the torment. And you shall live that torment forever. You'll always hear the cries if they had an opportunity to cry. And people, listen to us. God made us women special. He made us so we can create a life in us. We can nurture a life in us. And after 9 months or whatever time span, but for the most part, 9 months, we feel the pain, we go through the pain, and we give birth to a beautiful human being. And those of us who are dedicated, yes, will nurture that human being. We nurture them so that they can become beautiful human beings. When I was growing up many moons ago, you would hear talking about whose child belonged to whom and whom this belonged to who, and Uncle Charlie have wife have picked for one of my uncle. And them look at the kid and say, my God, it's spitting image of money. And you hear stories around because women stayed home and men would go out and farm and do what they do and whatever they do when they're not with their wives. And babies came and the husbands in the house, they raised those babies. They raised those bastards. They raised them. And you never hear a fight. You never hear anything. You never hear war. You never hear say anybody go kill off anybody because them go breed for this or somebody or breed for somebody's husband. People just raise the kids because kids, they're a life that deserves to be nurtured. And whatever the outcome, it's what it is. But you never hear wife or husband a beat up wife because she go breed for somebody else. Right? I had a family member who she in the market. My uncle's wife, in the market, she went, conceived, took it home into her husband's house. He raised it. And I laugh sometimes because That boy, my uncle's kids are grown, doing very well. And the boy who his wife, this is years and years and years ago. But the boy whom she conceived in the market, he inherited everything my uncle had. You never hear the wars and the things. People just lived. Babies them come and them take care of them, feed them. Even when they know 'cause the babies don't look like their kids. You don't hear it. But this one, my God, this one really, really tears my heart out. Tears my heart out. And so we just have to keep praying, guys, that we're smart. We're better than these things that we're doing. Let us not walk without walking with God. Walk with God. He will direct your path. He will make the wrong things right. He knows everything before it happens. And so if we just walk with him, just walk with him so we can lessen some of the pain. Let's walk with him. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and the light. Let us walk with him, people. Please let us walk with him.